Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're going to continue Luna, the Moon Wolf. Chapter 3, Crossing the Forbidden Land. She knows. How you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let me bring you in closer. There we go. Let's continue. Let me turn on the music a bit as well. I always have it up too high. Chapter 3, Crossing the Forbidden Land. They made their way over the dry and dusty plain. For a long time, the dark wood appeared to get no closer. Tom felt stupid with tiredness. His legs ached. He glanced at Elena. She looked every bit as tired as he felt. Her skin was covered with a fine film of dust, and her face appeared pinched and sharp. Storm and Silver trotted on gamely, but even they were panting hard. Daylight was fast fading. "We have no choice. We need to stop and rest," Tom said. "And we need to drink something too." Elena took out her flask and shook it. The faint sloshing noise showed how little was left. Tom knew his own flask didn't hold much either. "We needed to find water, too," said Tom. "Look," Elena said. "What's that?" She was pointing to a clump of greenery a little way off. Tom saw a cluster of stunted bushes and grasses growing around a spring that bubbled up through the rocks. It was the first sign of life they had come across in the Forbidden Land. They ran to the spring. The water was as clear as crystal, bubbling to the surface. The animals gathered at the edge of the water. Tom kneeled down by the pool and scooped the cool liquid into his hands. He brought it to his lips and took a long, grateful gulp. The water was cold and fresh and a little bit sweet. Storm and Silver plunged in too, throwing up a spray of crystal droplets, and lapped it all and lapped until their thirst was quenched. Elena waded in the splashed water over the rest of them. "It's so cold," she cried. "Just what we need," said Tom. I'm a little too close to the backdrop. There's an ad. Ads. Ads are the bane of my existence. He washed off the remnants of the mud and feathers they'd covered themselves with to disguise their scent when they were battling Rashuk, the cave troll. It felt good to be clean again. "I'm hungry," said Elena, shaking the water out of her hair. Tom nodded. "We should eat, then rest. But there is not much. Just a few biscuits." "Leave it to me," said Elena. She climbed out of the spring and took the bow from her quiver. Then she fitted an arrow to it. You get a fire going, and I'll find something to cook on it. She strode off over the plain with Silver at her heels. Tom went to collect some dried grass, twigs, and large sticks. He laid the grass and twigs on a flat rock. Then he rubbed 2 of the dry sticks together. He rubbed them till his hands ached, but at last his efforts were rewarded. A thin spiral of smoke rose up from the sticks. A spark jumped and the dry grass caught at once. Tom carefully fed the flames with the smaller sticks, then the larger ones. The blue-gray smoke rose into the sky. The fire was crackling nicely by the time Elena returned carrying 2 large birds. Tom and Elena cooked the birds over the flames, turning them on long sticks, and the aroma of roasting meat made Tom's mouth water. He'd never felt anything so good. The birds tasted as delicious as they smelled. Elena threw chunks of meat to Silver, who snatched them up greedily. Storm cropped the grass that grew around the spring. "That feels better," said Tom. It was beginning to get dark now, and their fire glowed more brightly. He yawned. "Let's get some rest. You'll need all your strength tomorrow to face..." "We'll need all our strength tomorrow to face Luna." "You're right," said Elena, stretching her arms above her head. "Good night." She drew her cloak around herself and lay down on the ground. Silver settled beside her, curling his body close to her. Storm lied a little distance away. His head bowed. Tom laid down and closed his eyes. But sleep wouldn't come. He couldn't help thinking about the powers that had deserted him over the past 3 quests. He had lost his ability to leap great heights, his magic sword skills, and the power to run extremely fast. Piece by piece, his skills were deserting him as Teledon was returning to his true self. Tom knew the next he would lose was the magic given to him by the golden breastplate, the power to lift huge weights. Here is Tom, Elena, and Silver laying down, trying to get some rest. Well, Elena is, but Tom, not so much. Tom knew the next he would lose the magic given. Tom knew that the next he would lose was the magic given to him by the golden breastplate, the power to lift huge weights. I'm being stripped of my special skills, he thought, turning over on the hard ground. Will I be able to carry on defeating these beasts without my powers? He sat up, watching the flickering flames of the fire. He heard the breeze whistle whispering through the grasses. Then other noises, rustling all through small rustling, as though small animals were scurrying about nearby, snuffling the thread of paws. He peered into the darkness, but could see nothing beyond the circle of light cast by the fire. Then a sudden sound peered through him like a knife. The high, drowned-out howl of a wolf. It was nearby. And here is Tom trying to fall asleep, but can't because of the noises. Tom felt a musky, hairy animal smell, like silver scent, but much stronger. He stood up, his hand on the hilt of his sword. His heart was thudding in his chest. Then he saw glowing in the darkness 2 fiery red dots, close together like eyes. They were coming nearer. Something was out there, and it was heading straight to Tom. And it was heading straight towards them. Well, Dad. Hopefully you all enjoyed chapter 3. Let me go back and see what the chapter's name is, because I forgot. Crossing the Forbidden Land. And I hope you all join me for chapter 4, A Deadly Attack. And yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope I will see you in the next one. On next Tuesday, I believe. And I hope you like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. Right, see ya. See you next Tuesday.